a minute, I'll stop. Yeah. So today we'll just start with the discussion of the chapter of salaries. So chapter of salary, basically it just has only 3 sections, 15, 16 and 17. As a chapter, as the number of sections, it is a smaller chapter. In practice, maybe you will find a bit of, you just need this knowledge to just file forms such as 24Q and to generate form 16, which will be used for filing the return of income. But if you just take for the examination, right, this is one of the very, very important chapters where you might get somewhere around 8 to 10 marks. But it is an easy chapter where you can easily grasp this 8 to 10 marks because this chapter does not involve much of interpretation. Barring section 15, where we will have some interpretational issues, barring that, it is something like a formulaic chapter, which will like just go, if at all, they'll just give one thing, list of the following will be exempt, others will be taxable. List of the following will be exempt, others will be taxable. Higher of the following will be taxable. So this will be more like a memory game. So there is not much for you to interpret, like you will be doing in the chapter of PGBP or in the chapter of capital gains, where there will be more interpretational, interesting things will be there. This chapter has very good weightage in the examination and very, very easy to score. So if you just see somewhere around 8 to 10 marks means, which is just something around 25% of your passing mark, right? So an easy chapter, but with full focus. So that is the only point which we should just remember about this chapter. So just let me bring you from the basics. So in section 4 would have been the charging section, where the income is actually charged. From section 4, we would have gone to what is total income. From there, we would have come to section 5, where we say that what all the incomes are taxable. From there to residential status, and then what is income accrued, deemed to accrue or arise in India, section 9. So if we just come to section 14 is the section which says how should we compute the total income. So basically in section 14, what they say is the total income shall be computed under 5 heads of income, namely salary, house property, capital gains, PGBP and other sources. These are the 5 heads of income. Correct? So from there, house property is already done. Income from other sources is already done. So basically salary is from 15 to 17. 18 to 21 is repelled. 22 to 27 is income from house property. 28 to 44 DA is PGBP. And then from 45 to 54 GB, it will be capital gains. And then from 55 to 57, it will be income from other sources. So, 22 to 27 is done. And then 56 to 58 is done. Right. So now we are going to do sections 15 to 17. Then in that middle, 18 to 22 is already repelled. So, and then you'll just have only 2 chapters in the heads of income, which one will be PGBP and the other one will be capital gains. Right. So this is the backdrop of what is going to be done today. So as far as the salaries chapter is concerned, just to give you a bird's eye view of how the class is going to move, we'll first discuss section 15. After discussing section 15, we'll divide the chapter into 3 bases. One is allowances, the next one is retirement benefits, and the last one is perquisite. So we'll just divide the chapter into these 3 buckets, and we'll just complete one bucket and we'll close the chapter. So as far as I've already said, examination portha varaikum. So either you will be getting a full question. So basically, if you just take the total income question, there are 2 types of total income questions which is highly popular in examination. One is based on PGBP, the other one is based on salaries. Right. So I'll put it this way: with this chapter, your clearing of examination or getting an exemption will be easier. Right. So this is the backdrop of the chapter salary. So let me first start with a good question. What do you mean by salary? Yeah. What is salary? Feel free to interact in my class. So don't worry, I'll not judge you. Right. So feel free to interact. Let me know what is the meaning of the term salary.
Sir?
Yeah.
The compensation given to the employees for the work done.
Compensation given to the employees for the work done. Super. Some other definition or explanation or understanding?
Whatever be the monetary or non-monetary benefits which is received from the employer.
Okay.
So all To the extent which is taxable is salaries.
To the extent is taxable, maybe I'll just differ with you there, because whether it is taxable or not taxable, that's not define uh, vary its character, right? If it is taxable, it is taxable. That is only for the purposes of income tax. In general connotation, whatever the monetary or non-monetary benefits, as rightly put by you, is known as salaries. Super. So the second definition is far more wider. So we'll take that definition for the time being, and we'll continue. Yeah. So just let me know if I'm fast or if my language is a bit non-understandable. Hope so that is not a problem now. Yeah. A quick chat or a voice immediately first. Am I fast?
No,
பேசுறது புரியுறதா? ஒன்னும்
it's
problem
correct.
இல்ல.
It is going on well, actually, to me, as
Okay.
far as me is concerned. And
Okay.
will you be able to send this PDF to us, sir, if at all, if there is anything?
Definitely. After the classes are completed, you'll be getting this PDF. Don't worry.
Thank you so much. Sorry.
Yeah. So for others, the speed is fine, right? Balaji,
Yes.
Fine,
Yes,
sir.
hi. Is fine. Super.
Sir,
Yeah.
I just wanted to tell that I do not understand Tamil, sir. Just wanted to tell.
Oh, the person with my name. Yeah. No, don't worry. I'll just not use Tamil. Maybe if I'm just using a bit of Tamil, uh, make it confirm that that is not from the subject, right? So you don't worry if I'm speaking in Tamil and you don't understand. Definitely, if it is in relation to subject, I'll not speak it in Tamil, right?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Super, fantastic. Yeah. So as I've already said, there are only 3 sections in the chapter of salary. One is 15, other one is 16, and the third one is 17. So the first section is called charging section. So what do you mean by a charging section? What does a charging section mean?
It means that what are all taxable in that particular head of income.
Super, fantastic. So what is the charging section of the Income Tax Act?
Section 4 of the Income Tax Act.
Section 4 of the Income Tax Act. Perfect. So Section 4 of the Income Tax Act is the charging section of the Income Tax Act. Section 15 is the charging section of the head salary. Section 22 is the charging section of the head house property. Section 28 is the charging section of the chapter PGBP. Section 45, if I could say, even though there are some things in Section 50 and 46, I'm not getting deep into the chapter of capital gains, but generally the first section is the charging section, and that defines what is the amount that is to be taxed under that specific head. Right. One thing about which you should remember while reading a charging section is, generally, if you are going to read the chapter of salaries, house properties, PGBP, if something is not to be taxed under that specific head of income, it could not be taxed either a revenue receipt. If it could not be taxed either under the head of salary or under the head of house property or under the head of PGBP, it can be taxed under the head of income from other sources, which is recently completed. So what does section 56 subsection 1 say? What is 56 subsection 1?
Charging section for income from other sources.
Yeah. So there will be 2 subsections, right? 56.1 and 56.2. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. What is 56.1?
General charges.
General charging section. Super. So the point is that they would have specifically given that any income which is not chargeable under any other head of income will be chargeable under this head. Correct. So that is what section 56 will mean. So why should I remember this, Karthik, at this point? See, if an income is not to be charged under section 15, immediately you should remember that that is not exempt. You should check whether it is taxable under income from other sources. That is the first thing you should get into your mind while reading the charging sections of 15, 22, and 28. Okay. So now we'll dwell deep into the section of section 15. So section 15 is the charging section. Section 15 has 3 subclauses. That is not subsection. 3 subclauses: 15 small a, 15 small b, and 15 small c. Right. So as far as 16A is concerned, what 15A says is that, see, any salary which is due from the employer or the formal employer to an assessee in the previous year, whether paid or not, is to be charged under this head. Which basically means, if at all any amount is due for me as an employee from an employer to be received, in the year in which it is due, basically on an accrual basis. If assume, for example, for the month of April, I will be receiving the salary in the month of May. Correct. So in the month of, at the end of April, my April month salary becomes due. Even though it was paid on May 5, it becomes due on the last date. Correct. So at the end of April month, the April month salary becomes due. At the end of May month salary becomes due. At the end of June month salary becomes due. So on the end of every month, until or unless the contract reads otherwise, the salary becomes due. So what section 15 subclause A says is that if at all any income is due for you from the employer, whether you have received it or not is not a point of discussion under 15A. If it is due, pay tax in that year, include it in your income. So that is what section 15 subclause A says. Now let us come to section 15 subclause B. What does section 15 subclause B says? Any salary received by the employee from the employer or the former employer, which is not due to him. So what do you understand by reading this subsection? Sir, in first you said whenever it is due, I'll be paying tax on it. Then in 15B you again say whenever it is received, I'll pay tax on it. Don't speak some nonsense. Is that what your understanding is? So without that nonsense word, I think mother should have been fine. Yeah.
Both the receipt amount from the employer and due amount from the employer, it should be taxed.
Yeah, that is one good thing. Yeah, good answer. Next, something else. Better
You were
Sudarshan.
vis-a-vis earlier.
Yeah, that is the interpretation. Maybe you are making my job simple. Someone else, I'll just come to you after I just discuss with others. Yeah, someone else, do you have some other answer? Balaji? The man? Yeah. What does section 15 subclause B says? Just read it out once. What does it say? Yes. Do you have a mic issue? So, yes. Okay, Shri Priya?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What is the difference between 15B and 15A? What do you understand by reading these two clauses? 15A, it is clear. Whenever it is due, I should pay tax on it. What does 15B say?
Sir, the salary belongs to the next period, sir.
Okay.
That will also be taxable if it is paid.
If it is. Okay. Sure. Yeah. So basically, you should remember the canons of taxation or the basics of taxation. An income can be taxed only once. Right. Sir, ஒரு வாட்டி டாக்ஸ் கட்டுறதுக்கே அவனும் ஒத்துக்க மாட்டான். ஒரே இன்கம்க்கு ரெண்டு வாட்டி டாக்ஸ் கட்டுன்னு வச்சுக்கோ. Nobody will come to any chartered accountant or CMA for that matter. Right. So what 15A says is whenever the salary is due to him, pay tax in the month or year in which it is due. Right. But if something is not due and you have received it, assume for example, you are receiving the April month's salary in the month of March. So April month salary becomes due only by the end of the month of April. Correct. So, but before, if you are just going to receive it in the month of March for some reason, then what they say is, if you are going to receive it before it is due to you, pay tax on it. So just to put it in one single line, as Srivatsan has already understood or put it out rightly, due or receipt basis, whichever is earlier. That is the crux of 15A and 15B. So what they say is, if at all it is you are going to tax it either on due basis or on receipt basis, whichever is earlier. So if due is first, pay tax. No, sir, it is not due. It is only received first, pay tax. But they're not bothered whether we are going to, it is due to you or it is received to you. Whatever is first, you pay tax on it. So that's what they just mean by 15A and 15B. So next is 15C. So what they say is arrears of salary received on payment basis if it is not taxed on due basis. Right. So just I'll give you an example for 15C. Just wait for that. Let's just wait for that for a minute. So now 15A and 15B. First, is this clear for us?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So there are certain things which we should discuss before discussing 15C. First is, if you just see, they just use the term any salary due from the employer or former employer, right? So for me to tax something under the head salary, there should be a compulsory employer-employee relationship, right? If there is no employer-employee relationship, any amount which is received by such person cannot be taxed under the head of salary. Okay, so that is the first point. There should be an employer-employee relationship for an amount to be taxed under the head income from salaries. Next point is, if you just see in point number 2, whenever salary is received first, right? It is not due, but it is received. If it is received first, you should pay tax on it. Correct? Am I right? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the point which is, assume for example, I'm working under I'm working under 3G, sir. Okay. So what he says, sir, I just have some personal emergency. So can you just pay me? You pay my salary of month of April in the month of March. So we've already discussed that amount is taxable in the month of March. Okay. Now what I'm going and saying to TG sir is, sir, I want my April, May, June month salaries now itself, but make this as a loan. Okay. So this loan of 3, what I'll do is, you pay me 3 lakhs month on month from my salary, you deduct a certain amount. Assume for example 50,000 if it is going to be in 6 months. You just deduct 50,000 month on month. So should that 3 lakhs which I have received in the month of March, should I pay tax on it in the current year? Am I clear first? Is my question clear? Yes. Is my question clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, question is clear. So give me an answer.
It should be taxable, sir.
The 3 lakhs which I am just receiving from TJ sir should be taxed, right?
Because advance.
Because it is an advance. Super. Any other answer? Hello. Does somebody have annotation rights?
In the sense, sir?
No, just a minute. I'll just give you a type it as an example. April month salary of 3 lakhs received in the month of March. Is it taxable as per 15 to be in the month of March?
Yes, sir. Taxable.
Taxable in the month of March. 15. Correct. So loan of 3 lakhs received from the employer in the month of repaid from salary of April. Is it taxable?
I think it's no, because if it's come to know the word loan means, then he will be a debtors only. That is, that employee becomes my debtors only. So he has to repay that loan only.
Okay.
So there is no employer-employee relationship.
Yeah, that's perfectly right. But I'm just repaying it out of my salary of the month of April, right? So basically, in first thing, what I'm doing is, I'm taking April month salary. I'm getting April month salary in March. In second thing, what am I doing? I'm getting 3 lakhs. I'm paying it from say April salary. Even then, is that your answer? Even against this backdrop. Yeah. Someone else?
Sir, I did not understand the second case, sir.
See Karthik, ரொம்ப simple, very simple. See, I'm going to my employer. Okay. I'm going to my employer and I'm asking him 3 lakhs of loan. He says, have it. In the month of March. In the month of April, what he is doing is, he is not giving me a penny of salary and he is adjusting the entire amount against my salary. Right? Is this clear?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. So what I'm asking is, this 3 lakhs is what is my monthly salary, correct? Even in the previous case we saw 3 lakhs is my monthly salary. Correct? So what is the difference between case 1 and case 2 then? In first, it is said that it is taxable. But in second, Sudarshan says that it is not taxable.
Can I try, sir?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. In the first case, if you could see, it is advance against salary.
Super.
And the second case, it is like a loan. See, if whether you get it from the employer or whether you get it from a bank, it's of the same kind of nature.
Okay.
Loan is not taxable, and salary, against salary, it is taxable. If you get an advance salary, it's taxable.
Advance salary. Super.
Yeah, because you are getting a employer-employer relationship in advance salary, but not in the case of loan. That's what I presume.
Super. Fantastic answer. Mesmerizing here. Super. Fantastic. I just want to make a single change alone in your answer. It is not advance against salary. It is advance salary. Right? So if you're just going to use the term advance against salary, what does that mean is, that means the second thing. Basically, I'm getting loan from you, which could be adjusted against my salary. So basically, salary of my month on month, my salary is like a security there. That is advance against salary. Advance salary means I'm pre-receiving the salary. That is known as advance salary.
What is this? It's like a secured loan or unsecured loan kind of thing.
Perfect. That's it. The first term is advance salary. In case of advance salary, it is taxable. If it is advance against salary, it is not taxable. Or loan against salary, it is not taxable. Clear? Yes.
Sir, இப்போ செகண்ட் கேஸ்ல வந்து எம்ப்ளாயர் ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் இல்ல அப்படிங்கிறதுனால இட் இஸ் நாட் taxable. It is treated like any other.
அவ்வளவுதான். எம்ப்ளாயர் ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் இல்லமா. Perfect words. There is no employer relationship because see, what I am getting is, first of all, not a salary. It is a loan. What can be taxed here? What can be taxed?
Only salary.
Only salary. Loan cannot be taxed.
Yes, sir.
That's the simple reason. Maybe let's not get into whether there is an employer relationship, because there could be some arguments that I am giving you loan just because you are my employee. There could be a stand like that. So very simply, boss, that is not salary for it to be taxed under 15A, B or C. For something to be taxed under 15A, B or C, first it should be salary. It should be from my employer or employee. Sorry, employer or previous employer. Twin conditions to be satisfied. First, it should be salary. That amount I should have received either from my employer or my previous employer. If either of this condition is not satisfied, it cannot be taxed either under 15A, B or C. Clear? Shall we go to the next slide?
Yes. Okay.
Super. So that's what we have just discussed here. Advance salary is taxable and advance against salary is not taxable. So we'll go back to the point number 15 subclause C. As far as 15 clause C is concerned, see, whenever there is an arrear of salary, I have received it, but I have not paid tax on it on due basis. As per 15A, I should pay tax on due basis. 15B, credit or payment, whichever is earlier. Due or receipt, whichever is earlier. Third point is on receipt basis, if not taxed on due basis. If I'm going to receive some salary, and that is basically that is arrears of salary, and I have not paid tax on such arrears on due basis. Let me put it again. I have received arrears of salary. Of such arrears of salary, I have not paid tax on due basis. General arrears of salary, what will happen is, if there is a, what do you mean by arrears of salaries? Basically, I'm receiving my March month salary. If I'm receiving it in the month of July, that is arrears. I have not received my salary precedingly, and I'm receiving it today. That is called as arrears of salary. My salary was in arrears, and that is paid today. Correct. So, if at all arrears of salary is not taxed on due basis, that is to be taxed on a receipt basis. Generally, this is applicable in practice for one person, that is government employees, right? So, in case of government employees, what will happen is they'll form a pay commission. So that the reason for forming the pay commission will be to revise the tax structure. What is the latest pay commission? Does somebody have knowledge on pay commission, its workings and all? Okay, so the latest pay commission was the 7th pay commission. And generally after forming, they should just give the report somewhere around within 3 years. And for the period which is for which the pay commission is formed, they might give a retrospective revision to salary, right? So in 2021 will go, 22-23 will go. Pay commission, and then what pay commission will do is they will revise the salary from 2021. Correct. So 2022-23 they'll revise the salary of 2021 and 21-22. So if I assume, for example, my salary is 10,000 per month. Okay. No, it is 1 lakh per month. Okay. So in 2021, I received 1 lakh per month and I paid taxes on it. In 21-22, I have received 1 lakh per month and I have paid taxes on it. Pay commission, what they did is they revised my salary retrospectively from 2021 to 1.5 lakhs. So this excess 50,000 will be received by me today. Okay, per month 50,000, for first year 60,000, 5,000 into 12. Sorry, 50,000 into 12, 6 lakhs. Next year 50,000 into 12, 6 lakhs. 6 plus 6, 12 lakhs. I'll receive the 12 lakhs today. But this is for the period 2021 and 21-22. Okay. Could this have been taxed in the year 2021 and 21-22?
At that time the salary was only 1 lakh, so that 1 lakh could be the taxable.
1 lakh could have been taxed. Perfect. Super. So what should I pay tax now? On what amount should I pay tax now? Twenty 21 12 lakhs, 21-22 12 lakhs. Yeah. What is the answer?
$36, sir.
Yes. What is the amount taxable in the current year?
Is it 36, sir?
36 lakhs. So how did you arrive at that amount?
because the word retrospectively is mentioned. So I added 6 lakhs in each year. So 6 into 3 is 18. 18 plus 18 in the current year, 36.
18 plus 18 in the current year.
Current year,
Maybe you just revisit your answer. You are somewhere very close.
just 18 only, sir.
So for financial year 2021, I'm going to tax 6 lakhs, correct?
Huh.
Financial year 21-22?
6 lakhs. Next 18 only, sir.
22 to 23?
18.
18 lakhs. So what is the amount which is taxable?
30. Sir.
Correct? Correct? So the point is, see, me while computing the income of for the financial year 2021, there is no chance for me to assume that my income for that year could be 18 lakhs, because only in the current financial year my salary gets revised. As far as 2021 is concerned, the salary which is due for me is 12 lakhs 15A. The salary which I've received is 12 lakhs 15B is done, right? So that is the reason 15C is here. It is just used for the purpose where the salary is revised retrospectively. Okay, is my answer clear first?
Yes, sir.
15A, B, C, all the three things done. Roja, Shweta?
Sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Sir.
Yeah. Is it clear?
So 15B வந்து இப்போ whenever receive ஆகுறது நம்ம ஒன்று டாக்ஸ் பண்ணுவோம்னு சொல்றோம்.
Perfect.
So இப்போ April month salary received in March அப்படின்னா will tax for the in the month of March.
இல்லம்மா. Just come again.
Sir, April month salary received in March, sir.
It will be taxed in the month of March. 15B la.
Yes, sir. But ஆனா இப்போ டியூ ஆறது வந்து ஏப்ரல்ல. ஸோ அந்த ஃபினான்ஷியல் இயருக்கு
So you're just asking for this one. In the example la kekrela. Is this against this example or you are just creating your own example?
இல்ல சார் 15B க்கு.
Yeah, see 15B பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் எப்படி ஒர்க் ஆகும்னா, எப்போ வந்து உன்னுடைய டியூ பேசிஸ்க்கு முன்னாடி கிரெடிட் வருதோ, ஸோ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் வந்து டியூ, ஓகேவா? டியூக்கு முன்னாடி வந்து நீ பேமெண்ட்டை ரிசீவ் பண்ணிட்ட அப்படின்னா, இஃப் யூ ஆர் ஜஸ்ட் திஸ் இஸ் டியூ, இஃப் யூ ஆர் ஜஸ்ட் கோயிங் டு ரிசீவ் எனி பேமெண்ட் பிஃபோர் இட் இஸ் டியூ, இட் வில் பி டாக்ஸ்ட் அண்டர் 15B. ரெண்டுத்தையும் கிளப் பண்ணிக்கோன்னு சொல்றேன். This is due. Yeah.
Whichever is earlier அங்க மட்டும் தான் டாக்ஸ் பண்ணுவோம்.
ஆமா, whichever is earlier. So it can be taxed only once, either on due or on credit.
Yes.
Okay. So even though it is due in the next month, அதுதான் already tax ஆயிடுதுன்றதுனால ரெண்டு வாட்டி tax பண்ண மாட்டோம். If it is received and it is taxed under 15B, that's all.
Yes.
Clear?
Yes.
Super. Balaji, Reshma, clear?
15C மட்டும் ஆகிடும் டைம் சொல்லுங்க சார்.
15C அடா. See, ஒண்ணுமே இல்ல பாலாஜி.
ஓகே.
இப்போ 15A வந்து உனக்கு என்ன சொல்றக்கு? எப்ப salary due இருக்கோ அப்போ அதை வந்து நீ சார்ஜ் பண்ணி டாக்ஸ் கட்டுன்னு சொல்றக்கு, கரெக்டா?
சார்.
15B என்ன சொல்றான்? சார்ஜ் எப்போ டியூவா இருக்கிறது இருக்கட்டும்டா, பட் கொடுக்கறதுக்கு முன்னாடி டியூ ஆகிறதுக்கு முன்னாடியே நீ வாங்கிட்டேன்னா எனக்கு டாக்ஸ் கட்டிடு.
சார்.
டியூக்கு முன்னாடியே வாங்கிட்டேன்னா எனக்கு சேர்த்து டாக்ஸ் கட்டிடு. அதான் காசு வந்துச்சு இல்ல, டாக்ஸ் கட்டு அப்படின்றான். சீல என்ன சொல்றான்? உனக்கு டியூ வந்து அந்த பாயிண்ட்ல இல்ல, ஓகேவா? நீ டியூ பேசிஸ்ல ஒரு அமௌண்ட்டுக்கு டாக்ஸே கட்டல, அத நீ இன்னைக்கு ரிசீவ் பண்றல, ரிசீவ் பண்ற அன்னைக்கு டாக்ஸ் கட்டுன்றான். ஒரு அமௌண்ட்டுக்கு டியூ பேசிஸ்ல நீ டாக்ஸ் கட்டல அப்படின்னா அதை நீ ரிசீவ் பண்றச்சே டாக்ஸ் கட்டு அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு சொல்றான். இப்போ இந்த எக்ஸாம்பிள் வந்து பாரு. ஃபினான்ஷியல் இயர் 2021ல உனக்கு டியூ 12 லட்சம் ரூபா தான், கரெக்டா? 12 லட்சம் ரூபாய்க்கு நீ டாக்ஸ் கட்டியா?
கட்டிட்டேன்.
21-22ல உனக்கு டியூ 12 லட்சம் ரூபா தான், டாக்ஸ் கட்டிட்டியா?
கட்டிட்டேன்.
இப்போ 22-23ல வந்து என்ன சொல்றான், நீ ரொம்ப சூப்பரா வேலை செய்யற பாலாஜி, டிடிஎஸ் ரிட்டர்ன்லாம் ஃபென்டாஸ்டிக்கா ஃபைல் பண்ற, உனக்கு ரெட்ராஸ்பெக்டிவா வந்து ரிவிஷன் கொடுக்குறேன் அப்படின்னு கொடுக்குறான். ஸோ
Okay,
பர்
sir.
மந்த் பர் ஆனம் வந்து 6 lakhs எக்ஸ்ட்ரா சேலரிடா. 2021ல 6 lakhs, 21-22ல 6 lakhs கொடுத்துட்றேன், போ எடுத்துக்கோ, இந்த கையில கேஷ்னு கொடுத்துட்றான். ஸோ
இப்ப
இந்த 6
அப்படியே 22-23ல சொல்றாங்களா சார்? இல்ல
ஆமா 22-23ல சொல்றாங்க.
ஓ ஓகே, புரியுது சார்.
22-23ல உனக்கு வந்து எக்ஸ்ட்ரா 6 lakhsக்கு நான் வந்து உனக்கு கையில காசு கொடுத்துடுறேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்றான். இப்போ இந்த 6 lakhsக்கு நீ ஆல்ரெடி டாக்ஸ் கட்டிருக்கியா கட்டலையா?
கட்டல.
கட்டல. டியூ பேசிஸே கிடையாது. டியூ பேசிஸ்ல எனக்கு 12 லட்ச ரூபா தான் வரணும், நான் அப்ப அதுக்கு டாக்ஸ் கட்டிட்டேன். இப்ப இந்த 6 லட்ச ரூபா உங்க கையில வந்திருக்குல்ல, அதுக்கு இன்னைக்கு டாக்ஸ் கட்டுன்னு சொல்றாங்க. அவ்வளவுதான். அதுதான் PNC. கிளியர்?
ஓகே சார், புரியுது சார். சார் ஆனா இப்போ ஃபினான்ஷியல் இயர் 21-22க்கு வேலை செஞ்சதுக்கு இப்ப நான் கொடுக்குறேன்னு சொல்லிட்டு சொல்ல வருதா சார்?
அவ்வளவுதான். ஃபினான்ஷியல் 21-22க்கு நீ சூப்பரா வேலை செஞ்ச, தெரியாம அந்த வருஷம் உனக்கு இன்கிரிமெண்ட் கொடுக்கல, ஆனா நீ அப்பல இருந்தே நல்லா வேலை செஞ்சிருக்கன்னு தெரியுது, அதனால நான் இப்போ உனக்கு ரெட்ராஸ்பெக்டிவா கொடுக்குறேன்னு சொன்னா மட்டும்தான்.
புரியுது சார், தேங்க்யூ சார்.
அந்த வருஷத்துக்கு அகைன்ஸ்டா உனக்கு இன்னைக்கு கொடுத்தானா இன்னைக்கு அதை டாக்ஸ் கட்டுன்னு சொல்றான். பிகாஸ் தட் குட் நாட் ஹேவ் பீன் டாக்ஸ்ட் ஆன் டியூ பேசிஸ்.
புரியுது சார்.
கரெக்டா? Super fantastic. Others, do you have any doubts?
No, sir.
Super fantastic. Shall we just proceed further?
Sir.
Yeah. Good.
How do we define arrears, sir? Arrears of salary. How do you define it?
I didn't get you, Karthik. Can you come again?
How do we define arrears of salary, sir?
So arrears of salary basically means the salary which is due but it is not received by you.
Okay.
Okay. So something is due for that specified period, but it is not received by you, which is known as arrears of salary. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Super fantastic. So now we'll just we just saw that there should be twin conditions which is to be satisfied for attraction of section 15. First one is there should be salary. Second, there should be an employer-employee relationship. Correct? So the term salary is defined under section 17. So there are only 3 sections in the chapter of salary, as I've already said. Section 15 is the charging section. Section 16 speaks about deductions. And section 17 speaks of definitions. Welcome, good morning, thank you. And there are only 3 things. Okay. So there in section 17 subsection 1, basically they have just defined what is the meaning of the term salary. Can someone just read this out? What is the meaning of the term salary? Yeah. Maybe I should pick one. Reshma?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you read this out?
Sure, sir.
Super.
Yeah, so meaning of the term salary. Salary includes wages, any annuity or pension, any gratuity, any fees, commission, perquisites or profits in lieu of or in addition to any salary or wages.
Okay.
Any advance of salary.
Okay.
Any payment received by an employee in respect of any period of leave not availed of by him.
Super, fantastic. Just read the first line alone again. What is this? Salary?
Includes.
Includes. There are 2 types of definitions, right?
Yes.
What are the 2 types of definitions?
Inclusive and exhaustive.
Inclusive definition, exhaustive definition. Super. This is an inclusive definition. Yeah, but I'm just putting it here. Of this inclusions itself, totally there are 8 inclusions. I've just given you till 5A with conscious mind only. So don't scold me if you know that there are 8 things. I'll just take that up in a future. So as far as these 5, 8 till 6 things are concerned, they just tell you what is the meaning of the term salary. First thing is wages, whatever is received by you. So you could just sense from a common man perspective, what is the difference between a wage and a salary? What is the difference between a wage and a salary? So I'll put it this way either. So do you know, do you remember the 12th standard financial accounting final accounts?
Yes,
One of the good subjects, yeah. No problem. Only three. If you remember 3 lines, no, we can just solve the entire paper. அதை விட்டுட்டு இங்க வந்து என்னென்னமோ சொல்றீங்க சார் அப்படின்றியா? So there will be 2 lines. One is wages and salaries, and the other one is salaries and wages. For both of them, we'll give different treatment. What is that?
So for wages and salaries, it will be debited to trading account.
Okay.
And for salaries and wages, we will debit it to P&L.
Why? Why?
So
Wages and
yeah.
I didn't get you. Yes.
It is because it is direct expenses.
It is direct expense. The other one is indirect expense. But see here, salary includes wages. All the efforts and time which went for us into remembering this has finally carved out. So don't that is in the accounting point, that is perfectly true and correct. But here we do not differentiate a wage worker and a salary based worker. So that is the point I just wanted to bring in here. Right. So basically salary will include wage here. As simple as that, and any payment which is being received by the employee, because as you have already correctly pointed out, this is an inclusive definition. Any payment which is in likes of this will be included. Correct. So this is the definition of the term salary. Let us not dwell deep into it. Just know something like this is there. We'll come back to this definition after some point in time. Okay. So section 15 is clear for everybody, right?
Yes, sir.
Super. We'll take some issues then. First thing is Swiggy Zomato. One of the recent trends which is going on. If you just go to any road in any city, you cannot find a road without Swiggy or Zomato people. You might even find it without policemen. So basically, any payment which is being made by Swiggy or Zomato to its delivery partners, you just pay something called as delivery fee, right, on every order. So that is in turn being paid by Swiggy or Zomato to the person who is delivering you. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Should I tax that amount which is received by that person in the head of salary? I want answer from everybody. Basically, we have whomever is here, feel free to answer. Yeah. Question puriyarda first. Is the question clear?
Yes, sir.
Tax பண்ணலாமா பண்ணக்கூடாதா? பண்ணணும். எந்த ஹெட்ல டாக்ஸ் பண்ணணும்? Under which head should it be taxed? Salaries. Why?
So because they are employer-employee.
They are employer-employee. Okay. Super. One answer. The good thing about taxation is you will only have 2 answers. One is yes, other one is no. So already we have got the answer of yes. So who is going to take the initiative to tell the answer of no along with the reason? Yeah.
Can I try, sir?
Why not?
Okay. So in terms of if there is a terms of employment, it can be taxed. But
Okay.
in this case, I feel that see, if they want, they can switch on and they can work. If they don't want, they need not switch on and work. So something like that. In that particular case, maybe it might be coming under profession or something like that.
Profession or something.
I'm just thinking out loud.
Yeah. See, tax class is all about thinking and innovations, right? So don't worry. That's it. Fine. So you have come really truly well. So that's a very closest answer. You just missed one term. See, yeah, yes.
Can I try?
Yeah, why not? Come on.
Well, actually, I just have this thought because for Swiggy and Zomato, they will have like a back end of employees to work for them. But this delivery partners, they are just the agents who make their the delivery process. They are just there to execute the delivery process. So they'll be outsourcing this delivery job to these delivery partners. So in here there is no there's no employer-employee relationship. It's like they're just working for them, right?
Okay.
There's no
Yes.
so
Yeah.
I don't think so. It'll be under the head salary.
Okay.
Maybe it can be taxed under PGBP because they're just the delivery. They're just the agents who are they're just outsourcing the delivery job to those delivery agents. So
Partners.
yes, sir, delivery partners. Yes, sir.
Super. Fantastic. Very good answer of all the three. Right. So in tax class, there can only be good answers, right? So I just received even the correct answers, which I'm very, very happy for. See, how the economy works today is the biggest threat or the challenge is the economy revolves around gig workers. So basically, who does a gig worker means is whenever I'll switch on, I'll work. If not, I'll switch off and I'll go to sleep. That's it. They'll not be in the payrolls as rightly pointed out. The delivery partners will not be in the payrolls either of Swiggy or of Zomato. Right? They'll just switch on. Okay, boss, you just give me orders, I'll go and deliver. That's it. So there is no employer-employee relationship between Swiggy and Zomato, even though they have employees for the backend support, as rightly pointed out by Reshma. In this case, there are, in case of delivery partners, specifically in case of delivery partners, they are not employees. Okay. Since there is no employer-employee relationship, the amount which is received by them cannot be taxed under the head salary. It can either be taxed under PGBP or IOS. So all these people put together, they can be called as gig workers, right? So one saddening point here is, unfortunately, tax professionals are also, there are few websites which is just converting the tax professional into gig working economy for the return filing processes. Maybe when you are coming into the practice, you'll know that they are just implementing something similar to a Swiggy or Zomato for filing the return of income, where if at all you are educated, you can just go register there, file the returns until you want, you can come back. A simple, similar to a gig working economy is being built in every arena for that matter. So this is for general knowledge. This is for tax knowledge. So whenever from tomorrow you are seeing Swiggy or Zomato, you should immediately remember 15 subsection clause A, clause B, and clause C, and say that there is no employer-employee relationship. Right. So is this clear? Is this point clear?
Yes, sir.
Super. Shall we go to the next point?
Sir, here
Yeah.
we can consider Swiggy as the employer and the delivery man as employee, sir. Why necessary?
You can consider, but unfortunately, Swiggy does not consider those persons as their employees. That is the problem here. Okay. So I'll just give you an example of how this actually works. They'll just be signing a document. If at all you're just getting into an employment, right, you will sign something called as contract of employment. That will not be signed by them. That is a legal backing. Okay. So see, Swiggy, Zomato delivery partners are not employees. That's what again I'm telling you. See, if at all they are employees, the employer should have a control over this employees. Correct? So assume, for example, you are working in Amazon. Okay. Will the Amazon people have a control on you? Can
Yes,
they
sir.
say what you can work? Can they say only after this many days you can leave out of the company?
Yes, sir.
Is that happening on Swiggy or Zomato? You just go and ask any Swiggy or Zomato person, they'll be having both Swiggy and Zomato at the same time. Correct. So that is the reason. Am I clear? Is my
Yes, sir.
explanation? Yeah. Shall we just go to the next point? Quick.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we'll go to the next issue. So if you're just following the papers constantly and continuously, how many of you here follow newspapers? Business newspapers? Yes. How many of you follow business newspapers? Hello, am I audible? Hello.
No.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. How many of you here follow business newspapers? Hello, hello, hello. Nobody follows?
No, sir.
Okay. Just at least after the examination, have a practice of following some business newspaper so that you'll know what is actually happening. And one of the best places to learn any of the subject of your of our curriculum will be the business newspapers. You can link it from anywhere to anywhere and link it from any concept to other concept. So one of the recent buzz is that Dunzo has delayed salary payments. Okay. So for its employees, not the delivery partners, for its employees, it has just delayed payment due to some cash crunch and they're just trying to get some fund. So that is the news. What should I learn out of it? See, assume salary per month is 1 lakh. From January of 2023, it has stopped paying the salaries. What is the total amount of income which is taxable for the year 22 to 23? Assessment year 23-24 basically. Is my question clear? Yes.
3 lakhs only, I think.
How much?
3 lakhs. 1 lakh into 3 months.
No. See, it is received for the for 12 months the salary is 12 lakhs. Okay. So Jan, Feb, March alone they have not received the salary. What is the amount which is taxable now?
12 lakhs, sir, all months.
12 lakhs. Why? They have not received it, right?
Whether received or not, it is due now, sir.
Super. Fantastic. In the period in which it is due, it is payable. It's a simple question. But I'll put the next question now. See, they have to receive this 3 lakhs of salary, correct? But what happens? The company goes into insolvency and they are not paying this 3 lakhs at all. What will you do then? In 22-23, they have paid tax on 12 lakhs. Assessment year 23-24. AY 23-24, tax on the entire 12 lakhs is paid. AY 24-25, company comes back and says, I'm not going to pay you single penny. You can leave my company. The company is being insolved. The company is closed now. So I have not received the 3 lakhs of income, but I have already paid taxes on it. What should I do? Is this question logical? First answer, fantastic. It is taxable on due basis. If I'm not going to receive the amount which is in arrears, then what will happen? Yeah. Who's going to take an initiative? Sudarshan?
Even though it is on due basis, it's not going to receive by me at all. So it should not be taxable because only if it is due means I should pay tax, or if it's received, I should pay tax, or if it's in arrears of salary that I have received in the current year means then it should be taxed. But if I am not going to receive any of my arrears of salary means then it should not be taxed.
Okay. See, only 1 point, Sudarshan. What is happening is your answer is correct, provided I've just given it in a same year. In assessment year 23-24, the amount is due for me. Okay. And in assessment year 24-25 only, I'm coming to know that I will not receive that amount. Assessment year 23-24, what is the due date for filing the return of income, which you have already done?
That was July.
31st July. Super. Within which time you can revise the return?
6 months.
December. I'm going to, the company comes back and tells to me in the month of March 2023. Sorry, 24. extremely sorry, March 2024. It comes back and tells to me, I'm not going to pay you that remaining salary. Can I go back and revise my return?
No, I can't.
No, it is not possible. Then what should I do now? So for others, don't worry about the due dates. Since Sudarshan knows the due date and I know that he knows the due date, I just used it. So the point is very simple. Assessment year 23-24, the amount is taxed. In assessment year 24-25, they say that the amount is not to be taxed. They say that I'm not going to give you the amount. I'm not saying it not to be taxed. In 24-25, they say that I'll not give you the amount. Then what should be done now? Is my question clear? Are you clear, Sudarshan? Yeah, that is the question. Yes, who wishes to try?
Sir,
Yeah.
so can they ask for refund? Because anyway, it's not going to be like it's already due for
Okay.
which you have paid the tax. So
Hmm.
later, when you're going to receive it, there's
Hmm.
no point because it's already been taxed. You're not even going to receive it.
Okay.
So it's a loss only now for them because they're just paying extra amount for which they have not even earned, sir. So like,
Okay. So they can go and ask for a refund. Is that your final conclusion?
so yes, sir. I'm not sure. I just think it.
Yeah. See, just feel free to share what you think, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
basically, you'll get your thinking right over the period. So don't worry for that. Somebody else would like to try? Yeah. Yes, Srivatsan.
Yes. See, as you rightly said, because revised return time is also over. Either they cannot revise the return. If it is a revised thing, they can revise the return and submit it.
Okay.
Only thing what I know, after I think 24 months or 12 months from the date for I think the December of that particular month. After December, it was 4 months or 12 months. Okay, you can revise it if at all, if it is favorable for the income tax authority. You cannot increase. Okay, that's one thing. Second thing is maybe they can get adjusted like how the loss from the previous year can be adjusted in the future. That they can adjust it against the salary of the future, giving the circumstance of the case.
Yeah. So actually, truly speaking, in practice, in the current system of the tax returns, there is no way to solve it. But there is a Gujarat High Court judgment which says that, see, if salary is not subsequently paid, it can be claimed as a reduction. So this is not a final conclusion. This is a middle of a judgment. Okay. So in the Gujarat High Court, in the case of CET versus Bachubai Shah, they just said that, see, you are just taxing it on due basis. If at all it is not received by him, then what is the case of taxing it on due basis? You should give it a deduction. So that is one thing which has been said by Gujarat High Court. It is a old judgment. But as of now, the legal remedy is concerned, you can go for what to say. Practically, what can be done from the next year's salary, you just deduct it. That will be again a mismatch between Form 16, and you should just go to the department, speak with them, close it out. How can I go and speak with the department, sir? If at all the amount is high, go for a writ. If not, there is no solution for this problem, at least as far as I know, as of now. Yes. So then why did you discuss it, sir? Just for you to know that there is a problem which does not have a solution and you should come and solve it. Yes. Yeah.
So I have a question here.
Yeah.
See, as the provision very clearly says that, arrears of salary, because it is not due earlier, it is taxable now.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I'm not sure about the CAT versus Bachubai, what they have argued. Maybe I think that from the employee's angle, when you are charging arrears of salary, when it is when it is paid, then why can't you deduct it when it is not paid?
Yeah, perfect. That's what they said in Bachubai.
That's what they said. And one thing is that as I had a doubt, because there's no assumption that loss from salary cannot be, there's no question of loss of salary as per the provisions of the Act. So because of that, maybe this is a question mark, but here it is a genuine case where they have not paid.
Yeah. So basically, like to be very true, that return utilities does not allow it, but you can go to court and win it out. That should not be an issue. If the amount is high, you can go to court and win it out.
Yes, sir. Actually, but the only thing is that the spending of going to the court and you need to see what is the, as you rightly said, if it is crores of rupees, then you can probably go it.
Yeah. If not, it is not worth that penny, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, fine. Shall we just go to the next question? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Super. We'll just go to our next interesting issue. So, in again going back to our 12th standard accounts, there is something called as salary to partner. Correct? Partner's salary. Under which account you will debit partner's salary? So, do you remember partnership accounts? So, do you remember accounts? First, we'll start from there. Yeah. Do you remember accounts, Roja?
Yes, sir.
So, do you remember partnership accounts? Next question.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there are two accounts. One is P&L and the next one is
P&L appropriations.
super. Salary to partner, under which account you will debit it? P&L or P&L appropriation?
Remuneration.
Appropriation. Super. So that is the backdrop. That amount, whatever is being received by the partner, under which head should I tax it? Since it is salary, should I tax it under income from salary? That is the question. Is my question clear? Yeah.
Sir,
Yeah.
but in a partnership, there is no employer-employee relationship.
Okay.
So I guess it should not be taxed under salary.
Okay. So other heads, we do not know. Okay. Super fantastic answer. Very good. It cannot be taxed under the head of salary. For one simple reason, that if you just take section 4 of Partnership Act, see, the persons who have entered into a partnership with one or another are called individually, they are partners, and collectively a firm. So if at all a firm is paying to its partners, as per accounting, they are separate. But as per law, they are one and the same, having hands together. Avladam. Correct. So they are, first of all, not two separate persons, but in PGBP, salaries will be dealt differently. I'm not getting into that area for the time being. So as far as should it be taxed under the head salary is concerned, first it is received from a firm which is nothing but a collection of two people. Okay, so it is received from them, so it cannot be taxed. There is no concept of mutuality concept is not there. Second, easiest answer, there is no employer-employee relationship. It should not be taxed. Clear?
Yes.
Shall we go to the next question?
Sure.
Yeah.
I didn't understand why it should not be taxed. I understood that it should not.
Yeah, first, there is no employer-employee relationship in a partnership firm. See, there is a partnership firm. Okay. So since me and you are having same names, we are just starting a chartered accountancy firm called Karthik and Karthik Chartered Accountants. Both of us are partners. Okay. So you are drawing 1 lakh salary, I am drawing 1 lakh salary from the firm. Who is the employee? Who is the employer?
Firm is the employer.
Firm is the employer. Okay.
I am the employee.
You are the employee. So who's the partner then?
Okay.
You are owner. You can either be owner or you can be a employee. Correct?
Correct, sir.
So are you an employee or a owner?
I am owner, sir.
Owner. So can a amount which is received by a owner, is there a employer-employee relationship? First of all, you said you are a owner.
No, sir. No relation.
There is no employer-employee relationship. So it cannot be taxed under salary, right?
Yes. No, sir.
That's it. Done. Shall we go to the next one? Yeah.
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Super. We'll just continue. So in the month during the period of COVID, right? So there was one huge what to say? I'm not able to find the right word for it. Contribution, I'll put it that way, modestly. So every company came back and said that 1 day of the employee's salary will be donated to the PM Cares Fund. Do you remember that reading news somewhere? So SBI employees foregoing their 1 day of salary for the purpose of country. That amount is contributed to the PM Cares Fund. Have you read that? Somebody? Sir, we are trying to forget COVID. You are again and again remembering that. Is that your answer? Yeah. Hello. Happy evening. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So do you remember reading such kind of news?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Super. So what is to be done? So my question is very simple. That 1 day salary which is forgone, should I include that in my income or not? Leave out all those PM Cares Fund, what has happened, leave all those. So all of us are working in an organization. Okay. So we are working in an organization called ICCAI, just for example. So there, all of us are employees. Suddenly something happens, a natural calamity happens, and all of us come together and say that we are donating our 1 month salary to for the purpose of making good, supplying some goods to the people who are hit by the calamity. Or take this example: in 2015 and 2016, there were floods in Chennai, right? So 2015 and 2016, a similar flood is happening somewhere in some place in India this year. So what all of us say is, we'll take 1 month of our salary and we'll buy bread and give it to the people who are affected by the flood. Each one of us 1 day salary is 1 lakh. Sorry, 1 month salary is 1 lakh. So we are donating that salary for the purpose of buying bread. Should I include this 1 lakh in my income or not? Yes.
So first of all, once it is due, yes, it should be included. But
Okay.
one thing is that it's an application of income and not a foregoing. It does not exclude you from taxation. It is just
Okay.
an application of income. Maybe you can get a deduction if it is under 80G.
Okay. Good one. Someone else? So Reshma, will you answer only if there is a gig company?
No, sir.
So why should you not give a try?
Sir, I
Balaji?
don't have any idea, so that's why I was just giving
Sir.
it a thought.
Okay. What is the answer here? ரொம்ப சிம்பிள் பாலாஜி. 1 மாச சம்பளத்தை ஒரு கோயிலுக்கு தானமா கொடுத்துடுற. இப்ப அந்த 1 மாச சம்பளத்தை உன்னோட இன்கம்ல இன்க்ளூட் பண்ணணுமா பண்ணக்கூடாதா?
தெரியல சார்.
பண்ணணும் சார்.
ஓகே. ஸோ ஒய் எஸ் ஏன் பண்ணணும் ரோஜா?
சார் டொனேஷனா இருந்தா அது வருமானு தெரியாது சார்.
டொனேஷனா இருந்தா வருமானு தெரியல. ஓகே. See, the point is very simple, as already put by Stevenson. See, after receiving, if at all something is due to me, and I am directing that amount to be used for some specific purpose, right? So that is basically application. Whether I have received it or not, see, I'm going to receive some money from the employer. After receiving that amount, I'm giving it to the temple. Is this taxable? Yes, because I have received it, I have spent it. Similarly, what I'm telling is, employer, instead of giving it to me, you straightly give it to the temple. Instead of me receiving the money and giving it to the temple, you directly give it to the temple. So what does that mean? I'm just directing the employer to use my income. Correct? So basically that is your income and it should be included in your hands as income from salary. Whether you forgo it or not, it is not a problem. But only one thing which you should just remember is, if you are just going to give it to the central government, so as per Voluntary Surrender of Salaries Act 1962 or 63 section 2, so that amount, if it is surrendered to the central government, only in such case it is exempt. In all the other cases, it is taxable. Okay. But one interesting point in PM CARES Fund, what has actually happened is PM CARES Fund is not central government. It is a specified fund which is incorporated separately. It is not a government entity at all first. So they just got a specific approval. So that is not central government. Hence the amount which is given to a PM CARES Fund, it could not be exempted. That amount which is being surrendered could not be exempted from salary, but that amount could have been claimed as deduction under section 80G. So that is the only point. So hope this is clear. Yes. Puriyadama, Roja?
Yes, sir.
Super. Someone else? Do you have a question? Shall we go to the next one?
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, இப்போ government situation இருந்தா மட்டும் exemption, பாக்கி எல்லாமே taxable இல்லையா?
இல்ல. So basically central government க்கு கொடுத்தா மட்டும் exempt. அப்படி வெச்சுக்கோ. Government இல்ல, central government.
Okay, sir.
Does someone have any other question or shall we move to the next one?
I have small clarification.
Yeah.
PM CARES Fund, as you said, it was approved by the authority and then it has been set up. Okay. See, will it come under a private fund kind of thing? Because if it is a PM CARES Fund, definitely whether it is this Prime Minister or whether some other Prime Minister, then definitely they cannot use it, right? It is a central. Will it go to say, okay, let me put this in this way. Will it go to the treasury?
No.
Not. Okay.
It will not go to the treasury. Simple online answer.
Okay. Okay. Sir, I have one more follow-up question for that. See, if it does not go to the treasury, who will be responsible? Say, for example, we are donating to CM, we are donating to PM when there is calamities are happening. PM CARES Fund or CM CARES Fund or something like that. So in that particular case, after the government is handed over to the next government or whatever might be the case, what happens to that particular fund?
Yeah, that is a good question, but some questions could not be answered in a tax class. Just a minute.
Okay.
So does someone else have a separate, some other question in this regard? Yes?
No, sir.
Super, we'll go to the next question. Nada, Balaji, உனக்கு பிடிச்ச actor. இந்த question நீ answer பண்ணு டக்குன்னு. So the question is very simple. There are directors for every company, right? So any payment which is made by a company to its director, should I include that in his salary income or not? First rate of answer to Balaji in the question.
Sir, employer-employee relationship
employer-employee relationship இருக்கா இல்லையா அதான் கொஸ்டின். எல்லா கொஸ்டினும் இதே சொல்லி ஏமாத்துற. எம்ப்ளாயர் இருந்தா உண்டு, எம்ப்ளாயர் இருந்தா உண்டு. எம்ப்ளாயர் இருக்கா இல்லையா டைரக்டருக்கு? Is my question clear? Yes, Balaji.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So is there an employer-employee relationship between a director and his company?
Taxable, sir.
Taxable. Why taxable? Because if I say not taxable, you are asking question, hence it is taxable. Abdiya. Your answer is correct, but only thing is, I just want to hear from you one thing. what are all the directors? What are the types of directors who are not employees of the company? How many types of directors are there for a company? Does someone know that answer? How many types of directors are there in a company? Yeah. Who's going to give it a try?
Two types of executive and non-executive.
Executive director, non-executive director. What is the difference between an executive director and a non-executive director?
I don't know about the non-executive, but which comes to executive means he'll be managing all the activities in the company. He'll be guiding and supervising.
Correct. Okay.
As part of managing. So
yeah, you are very close. So that should not be an issue. So as Balaji rightly said, if at all there is an employer-employee relationship, only in such case the amount is taxable under the head salaries. If there is not an employer-employee relationship, that amount is not taxable under the head salaries. So the next follow-up question which will come is, see, first let us understand the types of directors, executive, non-executive. And under non-executive, we'll have many types of directors, one of which is independent directors, small shareholder directors, and then women directors. So these are different types of directors. So if you just take the criteria which we'll be learning further in the self-paced modules in the corporate law. So see, for a person to be an independent director, first he should not be an employee, right? So if at all there is an employer-employee relationship, which means if at all he is controlled by the board, right? In such case, he'll be a employee of the company. If he is an employee of the company, then such income should be taxable for him under the head salaries. If so, that is not the case. It will not be taxable under the head salaries, but it will be taxable either under the head PGBP or income from other sources. That is the first point. So compulsorily for independent directors and non-executive directors, majority of in those cases, it will not be taxable under the head salaries because they are not the employees of the company. Is this clear? Yes?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Super. We'll go to the next point. Next point is whether pension received with a government employee is taxable under the head salary. Will your answer be different if it is a family pension? So whom shall we call? The person with my name, Karthik. Why not a try?
Sir, I think it should be taxable because, as pointed out in the beginning, that can be monetary or non-monetary. Like it can be an incentive also. So probably this can be considered as a facility, and this is available because there is an employer and employee relationship, and it was also due in the past. So I think it should be considered as taxable.
It should be under which head? Salary only.
Salary.
The reason is I'm not able to get the reason.
There is an employer relation.
But if at all I have to receive a pension, first I should have been terminated from my employment, right? So
Yes,
before 60 years of age, nobody is going to give me a pension. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah. So in that case, there is no employer-employee relationship, right?
that's why that section 15 says employer or former employer.
Okay. That is the right answer. Super, Sudarshan. Fantastic. That is a very good answer.
So in that case, it should be taxable under the head salary only.
Super. First question answered. It should be taxable under the head salary. Because in section 15A or B, it is the terms used are employer or former employer. The second point is, if it is family pension, what do you mean by family pension? Very simple. If the husband is going to receive pension and the husband passes away, that amount will be, the pension amount will be received by his wife. That amount is known as family pension. Correct? This pension, it should be taxable under the, it is to be taxable under the head salaries. Super. What about family pension?
Sir, it should not be taxed, sir, because there is no employer and employee relation.
Okay. And which head are you going to tax it again? Tax it so it should not be taxed at all.
So
It should be
be
taxed.
from income from other sources.
Super. Fantastic. This to be taxed under the head income from other sources. Right. So since there is no employer-employee relationship in case of family pension, it should be taxed under the head income from other sources. Okay. So with this, our discussion on the chapter section 15 is completed. So maybe we should just go to the next part here. So first, let me just ask you a question. How much more time can we take? Or should we continue tomorrow? Yes. Should we continue tomorrow?
Yes, sir, we can do that.
Yes, sir.
We can continue as well, or we can continue tomorrow also.
Are you feeling sleepy or you just want some time to digest this? Hello? So you just my question is very simple. Should இப்போ நம்ம continue பண்ணணுமா இல்ல நாளைக்கு பார்த்துக்கலாமா? Second part. It is 9:45. Maybe we'll just take it up tomorrow itself, because if I'm just going to start it, it'll take minimum half an hour to 45 minutes, the next part of the allowances. So we'll take it up tomorrow. That will not be an issue. Okay. So the class is open. I'll just stop the recording. So from in tomorrow's class, we'll discuss about the allowances. So from there on, we'll just basically just saw there that there are only just chapters divided into 3 major parts. So we'll just take up the first part tomorrow. We'll complete it and we'll complete some portions of the second part tomorrow. That is what is planned for tomorrow. So what is the time for tomorrow's class? Maybe I'll stop the recording here and we'll just continue the discussion.